So in regards to the most recent chapter, chapter 265, today I wanted to talk about ultimate magic and how this advanced technique of the elves in the story will play a part moving forward. In the most recent chapter, Noel was begging the elves and Patri, asking them, please teach us how to get stronger, because giving up is much harder. And Patri states that you can get stronger by using the elves' esoteric art, ultimate magic. Now, ultimate magic is a phrase that we heard a few times very early on in the story of Black Clover. In chapter 11, Yami stated that in past dungeons, he heard people found magic items that were powerful enough to change civilizations, and others became able to use ultimate magic. Now, funny enough, in that same dungeon arc, in chapter 18, Yuno was able to find a scroll for the Wind Spirit, and Asta was able to find one of Lick's swords, the Demon Dweller's sword. Now, the irony here is what Yami has stated, that you can find magical items in dungeons that can change civilizations. Both Asta and Yuno found something in that dungeon that can change civilizations. But unfortunately for these two, they weren't able to find something that was very powerful enough to obtain ultimate magic. Especially in Asta's case, Asta has no magic, so he can't use ultimate magic. However, in Yuno's case, I believe there is something that he can obtain to use ultimate magic, and I believe he does has that potential. Especially given the fact that he does have a little of the elven mana residing in him. But given this arc that Yuno is in this situation, he has no one to train with. We see that Noel is going to train with the elves, Asta is going to train with the Black Bulls vice captain, Yuno is all alone, but I feel like I would save that for a whole different video on who he will train with. Now in chapter 207, we finally seen ultimate magic in action. Licht had used ultimate sword magic, Demon Dweller's sword, conquering Aeon. And currently, this is still by far the most destructive spell we have ever seen in the story of Black Clover. Despite the fact that Zagreus had healed from this spell because Licht had missed his heart, but we gotta take into account this wasn't Licht at full power because he didn't have a grimoire, and without a grimoire you cannot use your magic to its full potential. So that ultimate magic spell that Licht used, if he had a grimoire, I believe it would have finished the job. So as we see, ultimate magic was foreshadowed in chapter 11 from the statements from Yami, and it came to fruition in chapter 207 from Licht ultimate sword magic. And now in chapter 265, it is being brought up again by Patri, telling Noel and the others that I will teach you how to become stronger by using the elves' secret arts ultimate magic. Now this lets us know that Patri and the elves are much stronger now than they were before, because back then, before the 6-month time skip, Patri, Vetso, Raya, and Elfana never showed any signs of using ultimate magic. So during this 6-month time skip, they probably learned how to use ultimate magic now, because you can't teach someone something that you don't know how to do. So we know for a fact, just from those statements alone, Patri knows how to use ultimate magic. And he probably has 2 forms of it, his light magic and also his demon light magic. So ultimate light magic and ultimate demon light magic. That sounds pretty dope. Patri was already a strong character, but he's probably on a whole different level now. So now that Noel and the others are going to train with Patri and the elves, I do not see them all learning ultimate magic. For starters, let's talk about Luck. We already seen Luck use true magic in his fight against Zavekin in chapter 248, on top of the fact he can use runes. So I believe that all the magic power-ups that he has gotten in this arc, I believe that they just need to be more refined. But what I can see Luck learning from the elves is learning how to use more of his elven mana that he has left inside of him. And maybe we will see that old lightning form again where he used when he was elf possessed. Luck hasn't used it since. So after training with the elves, I can see Luck using this form again, which will increase his speed and raw power, and he will be able to use true lightning magic, and his true lightning magic will be even stronger. But Luck is a natural, so it's very possible for him to learn ultimate magic, and he can probably add that to ultimate true magic, which would be very OP, but I just don't see it happening. And same thing for Leopold. Leo is another character we've seen in this arc who used true magic. He used true flame magic. And we've seen how Leo was able to spread his runes at a wider degree than Luck because he is royal, so he has more mana. Back in chapter 249, but given the fact that he is royal and has a high mana pool, it is very possible for him to learn ultimate magic as well. Now when it comes to Nero, Nero is a character I can somewhat see narratively learning ultimate magic because we've seen her, she's another character who learned how to use rune in this arc. But her eternal prison, her sealing magic, wasn't able to hold Vanica, so if she doesn't get stronger or learn a new technique, the next time they fight Vanica, when she's with Noelle, she will be a handicap to her, and they're going to need her because she's arcane. So I believe that she's going to need something to hold Vanica, and she needs a new advanced magic technique, or the same thing will just happen again. Now, when it comes to Charmy, she really probably is the only character who doesn't have a weakness. She can just eat your magic. We've seen in chapter 250 that she was another character who learned how to use rune techniques with her food magic spell, Glutton Banquet, where she cooked one of the Dark Disciples. Like, Charmy has so much hacks, right? Her being half human, half dwarf, being hybrid, she can just eat your magic or just cook you. We haven't seen any weakness at all yet from her magic, so maybe with ultimate magic, she's able to eat devil magic. Maybe there is a limit to what she can eat with her magic base level wise, but with ultimate magic, she's probably able to eat Vanica's magic as well. But, you know, I think Charmy is just good at just being Charmy. I don't think she really needs an upgrade for now because there is no weakness yet that we've seen so far. But now let's talk about Mimosa, because Mimosa, there is a lot for her to upgrade upon. Now, in chapter 231, Mimosa was the first person we've seen out of everyone who trained in the Heart Kingdom to use the rune techniques. And with her plant recovery magic, she was able to heal everyone in that magic fortress, which at one point she was just able to heal one at a time. But I definitely can see Mimosa learning how to use ultimate plant recovery magic, which will probably allow her to speed the recovery of those she is healing, and also it will allow her to heal even more people at one time. Now, despite Mimosa being more of a healer than a fighter, she only has one attack spell, which is Magic Flower Cannon, which is a very fast and powerful magic attack. But I believe that since this battle against the Dark Triad and Dark Disciples is going to happen less than 3 days, I believe that she's going to need more than just that. And maybe with ultimate magic, she'll be able to create a giant magical cannon flower, which would be strong enough magic attack to blast away more than just one Dark Disciples. And I believe her being a support mage, she needs to keep her distance. And as a healer, she's going to need a very powerful attack to keep enemies away from her. Now, when it comes to Noelle, Noelle is the only one we have not seen the rune technique from in this time skip. Now, we did see it in the anime, but Tabata was very upset with that because I believe he was trying to save that later on in the story, but the anime showed it very early. Same thing happened to Leo in the anime, but Tabata spoke out once this happened to Noelle, so I can tell he was very upset and wanted to save this. However, despite her not displaying any rune techniques during the time skip, Noelle showed off a new Valkyrie armor transformation, which was her mermaid form in chapter 252, and it allowed her to increase her speed underwater. And in chapter 252, she used a new spell on Vanica called Point Blank Sea Dragon's Roar, where Noelle was in the mouth of a sea water dragon, but Vanica was able to defend against it with her blood magic red beast spell. Now, once this happened, we all thought that this spell had no effect against Vanica, but the moment that Vanica started speaking, she stopped and coughed up blood. Noelle was already low on mana, but that showed that that spell that she used against Vanica had some sort of damage and had some sort of effect against her. And out of everybody I named in this video, it's more than just guaranteed. It's 100% going to happen that Noelle, out of everyone, is going to learn ultimate magic. She has the most magic potential out of everyone. Tabata even stated in a Q&A that her latent magic potential might be about the same as her mother Aesir or Wizard King Julius. That's just amazing, and that just shows the development and what we can see about her magic. So out of everyone, she's definitely going to learn ultimate magic, and I can see her learning a ultimate magic spell, which will definitely be the final blow against Vanica, and it will probably be a ultimate magic Sea Dragon's War spell. And more than likely, it will probably be the biggest Sea Dragon's Water spell we will ever see from Noelle at this current time. So out of everyone, I'm very intrigued what Noelle is going to learn after training with the elves, but we will see. But yeah, that's my thoughts on ultimate magic overall so far and who's going to learn it and what we can see from it. So you guys comment below and tell me what you think about this. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe with notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.